Former Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko on Thursday criticized the results of the NATO summit in Vilnius, noting that Kiev had not received a long-awaited invitation to join the alliance or any guarantees that such an offer would be made in the future. The whole country lived with the hope for the positive outcome of the Vilnius summit for the past 2 days. I cannot understand where people saying that Vilnius summit was very successful for Ukraine have found an obvious victory, Poroshenko said during his speech in the Ukrainian parliament broadcast by Ukrainian media. The former Ukrainian president compared the recent NATO summit to the EU Eastern Partnership summit that took place in Vilnius in 2013. At the end of that summit, Kiev did not sign an EU association agreement, which sparked a wave of mass protests in the country and led to the overthrowing of then Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych. The G7, Group of Sevens, statement resembles nothing but declarations of intent. There is not a single mention of guarantees. The only thing you can see there is a promise of consultations in the event of a future war. I still remember how these consultations were being held by me back in 2014. We must not repeat it. We do not need words about the doors being open. If the doors are open, just let us in. If you do not let us in, the doors are being kept closed, Poroshenko said. As a result of the NATO summit that took place in Vilnius from July 11 to 12, NATO leaders agreed on a package of 3 elements to bring Ukraine closer to the alliance. The first element includes creating an assistance program for Ukraine that will make transition to NATO standards training and doctrines possible. The second element is the establishment of the NATO-Ukraine Council, and the third one involves the cancellation of the Membership Action Plan for Ukraine, which will allow to shorten Kiev's accession process from 2 steps to 1 step. At the same time, no official invitation was extended by the bloc to Kiev. Moreover, on Wednesday, G7 member states also presented the joint declaration of support for Ukraine, which provides for the allocation of additional military equipment, expanded intelligence sharing and new training programs for the Ukrainian military, as well as the development of industrial capacities. Norway joined the declaration later that day. Ukraine applied for accelerated NATO membership in September 2022 following the start of the Russian military operation. NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg has on numerous occasions said that the military alliance is supportive of Kiev's aspirations but is not ready to approve its application right away.